You are listening to a piece of the Salasin.10 podcasterium. You are listening to a piece of the Salasin.10 podcasterium.
Jobs are being taken over, and what is the fear of AI? We thought maybe we look at the two professions that are inching their way to change or being dragged, screaming, screeching. The lawyers, maybe the accountants sometimes, and the HR professionals. They just cannot fathom what is this digital transformation that we are talking about. So therefore, the title, and I'll tell you a story. The most profound technologies disappear. And that is a fact, right? Today, we see technology everywhere, and this is the chief scientist of Xerox making this statement. Right? And why do we say this? The world is a computer. Everything is connected. When I studied law and I graduated from law school many years ago, 30 years ago, 1990s, in the early 1990s, and law and tech was not a word, clearly. There's a huge debate going on, and I have that as my parting slide, but you do not put technology. I don't know, when I went to chamber, there was this huge floppy disk. It was so big, it was guarded, and there was a huge room with a huge computer that only one person would access. Clearly, the lawyers had no access to that room, and they had this really floppy disk, and that was technology. We had this machine called, when I was chambering, I think it was called WAN. Is that what it's called? Yes, something so old. Yeah, it's my era, right? 30 years on, here I am presenting on digital transformation of legal tech. What does that mean? And why we are here doing what we are doing today? Look at the proliferation of devices and everything that is connected, right? I just want to set context. The role of law in all of this has to shift. Unfortunately, we are still teaching law the way we used to teach law. Law 101 is still what it is, I checked. It seems like the technology has moved. The legal school, the law schools, some law schools have moved. I know some schools in the West. I know I attend continuing lessons in the University of Washington, especially around law and AI and ethics. Different, but here in Malaysia, I know that we are not addressing some of these, right? So, assuming that you are doing a contract, a sales and purchase. I know my children do not want to buy a dumb home. Parents' era, their parents bought dumb home. We want now smart homes. We want developers to build smart homes, connected homes. And our children want to buy those. And it is just not normal to expect anyone to just go and say, housing as a service. Developers not just sell you a home and walk away. There are connected services that come with that. What are the responsibilities and liabilities, and what are the roles and responsibility of the owner, the tenant? It's just an array of new legal issues that you would never have thought of, right? And that is just one, smart home. We're not talking about smart cities, the role of others that come to that. So by 2020, we're not too far away, right? Why is this happening? Because of the data that you're collecting. 40% of data science tasks will be automated. So we all like to talk about data. If we not have data, when the first tablet came to Moses, he had data. Today there are more tablets. You know, if you look at tablets and computers, the first tablet came to Moses and he started with data. And today we are here talking about tablets and data and computers, and we have not discerned the insight and the knowledge. We have so much of data, but we have not turned that data into insight. And when that data becomes information, what are the legal issues? And how are we using that for greater good? Those are questions that come up even today. So the devices, 1 million per hour new devices coming online. How are we providing protection? Why? Why is this happening? 5,000 computers 3 years ago, 30 years ago, 30 billion WhatsApp sent every day. So this just sort of unprecedented, widespread reach. And there is a systemic impact. As technology has just taken a traction of its own, we in the legal fraternity have decided that we would like to be Jurassic, mostly. If you look at the legal practice, we still see I used to be in practice, and I used to see the pink ribbon. How many of you are familiar with the pink ribbon? How many lawyers in the room? Are you lawyers? Oh, great. Are you familiar with the pink ribbon? Where do you buy that pink ribbon? It amazes me that I still see the pink ribbon everywhere, right? That we have not gotten over. The supplier of pink ribbon is a genius, I think, that he has created this trend that to date, we are bound by our pink ribbon. Every lawyer that walks into the High Court will see that tighten neatly, and there's a way to move it, which I don't know how to do, but clearly there's this pink ribbon. And where does the pink ribbon play a role in this? Data is the new oil, 2.8 trillion information flow, right? 11 trillion, I know there is friends from Petronas here, and I had the opportunity to address the legal and compliance community in Petronas. And I put this up, and data is the new oil. And I had someone from Shell on the panel. How do you think that went? Right, 11 trillion information, and how are we looking to categorize? How do we classify? And how do we address these classifications? What does that mean for opportunity and responsibility? Privacy is an issue that has come up. Microsoft complies by GDPR. We say we are compliant by the gold standards of privacy, GDPR. But now, do we talk about it as a fundamental human right? If I put up something in Facebook, have I given up my right? And then what happens, right? So, these are interesting. This is one interesting aspect of opportunity and responsibility. And there is, of course, the question of cybersecurity. The president of Microsoft is also the chief legal officer, says there is no national security without cybersecurity. All you need to do in some countries, I know, where they have attempted to poison water using technology. And you do not need to have aeroplanes flying into any country and dropping bombs, because the cybersecurity warfare, we know that more than 50 countries are capable of nation-state attacks online. And we do see the trend in nation-state attacks as well. Ethical AI is another area that Microsoft is investing largely in, where we look at the behavior of, how many of you have heard of TechFlash or Tech Bros? Tech Bro. It's interesting that when we look at an AI and provide data, the data is supposed to be unbiased, but the man, unfortunately, the Tech Bro, who creates this artificial intelligence, is a man. And there seem to be biases in the technology that comes out, in the artificial intelligence that comes out. So we see this as we do not want to have biases. You do not want to see biases, and you want to address these biases as well. And therefore, Microsoft has invested in a committee that looks at ethical AI practices. The legal risk compliance community globally are faced with a new dilemma. How do we address, how do we balance innovation with legalities and compliance? And this is something that I think want more and more to come and address. But today we are looking at, are we going to stop tech so that we are compliant, or do we look at future-proofing policies and laws so that we are able to address any concerns that we may have as issues keep popping up? The innovation challenge that we have seen is stability, integrity, and compliance fundamentals. How do you do this into your technology? How do you make sure that your technology is compliant? This is something that I've seen come up, innovation, the key themes that we look at. Clients, customers want instant, because they are so used to this being digital natives, they are not patient for us to send out long advisories. They want instant answers. They want to have their answers now, and our clients are very demanding. I know this because I did last week in public sector clients within Microsoft, one of my biggest practice area. Of course, we have enterprise clients who also can be quite demanding. At least we know how regulated they are and we know how to address. But today, clients have become, they want the speed of social media in legal practice. And this is an area that you see lawyers are beginning to, or hopefully they're beginning to catch up. A typical day for me starts at probably at 5 o'clock, I get up and the first thing I look at is my email, and my digital assistant reminds me. Actually, my digital assistant did not remind me that I had to come to Subang. My digital assistant told me to go to Menara Shell, and I was merrily driving there until my colleague reminded me and said, hey, you need to head to Subang. Therefore, a bit of a diversion. But technology brought me here. Thank you. So we work online from anywhere. I think it was 4 or 5 years ago when Tasri Ganipatai announced that ISA would be abolished. He used Skype to have all the legal assistants of all the states to come online together, so they didn't have to travel. How technology is changing the way we work. I'm asked, how do you work? How big is your team? I will make introductions to my team. We do cover several countries, Malaysia, Indonesia, emerging markets. I have one colleague here, I have one colleague in Singapore, and I have a board. I will talk about the board. We have multi-generational workforce, there's information overload, and this could apply to anyone, right? And how do you transform your legal practice? We find that artificial intelligence, big data, and machine learning has played a big role in reducing our workload. Really. What are the 3 big powers? We see cloud data and intelligence playing a big role in the work, in the way we do work and how we deliver to our clients as well. 4 ways to do this. Engage clients, empower employees, optimize operations, and transform services. First and foremost, we need to serve our clients. We are able to respond to them and address all of their concerns immediately. I'm going to show you an example of how we do this. They want personalized experience. They want instant answers. We also see that they look at, we want to empower employees everywhere, anytime, anywhere. Yes, I'm being given the cue. I'm going to share a case study. In Argentina, all of those 4 pillars were addressed when the Argentinian Supreme Court actually decided to go digital, and they create customized solution, speed up legal process, and accessible platform for their citizens. This is one example. And I thought, we have a bot who not like this, but this is our bot. Our bot actually cognitive services framework. So, and Zila actually addresses all of these issues, and therefore we do not have to sit down and look at these things every day. We have, of course, we have our own knowledge management sites. I will quickly end this. Everything is online. We have paperless legal team. I was doing a research to present, and this was something that was interesting. There's a debate that is going on. The Legal Geek published this. Is this legal tech or versus Lawtech? I think it is legal tech. I leave it to you to decide. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, I haven't read the article, but today I'm supporting Lawtech, the Lawtech Hackathon. Please give a big round of applause. Thank you so much for this. We started this journey around 2 months ago when a few of us just decided, hey, we're talking so much. We're talking about legal tech and talking about how important it is, and everyone seemed to agree in the room, but no one was willing to take the first step when it came to implementation and really just getting shit done at the end of the day. And this is the reason why we did this hackathon. I'm so grateful for all the participants who have joined here, our VIP and our judges to be here as well. So, following up, we're going to be having our 8 finalists from each of the 4 tracks to be presenting their idea that they got some tips from the judges, amended their slides, and they'll be showcasing it to all of you here today. So let me announce the winners. This will be the sequence of what they're presenting. First will be from MIT room 48, Zhu Hao. So your team will be going up first. Please be prepared. You can head over, just check your slides and everything. Second up will be number 38, Daniel from MIT room. Third, from Stanford room, number 74, Eric. Fourth, number 55, Angie from Stanford room as well. Sixth, from Cambridge room, number 73, Brandon True. Following up with number 64, Hannah. For the last 2 from Tsinghua room is number 50, Miao Ling. And for our last presenter will be number 62, Liu. So guys, please get ready. We'll be really looking forward to hearing your pitches. Thank you. You guys, give yourselves a big round of applause for the pitching session just now. Really looking forward to hearing the results that Adeline is going to be sharing, but no matter what, you guys did a great job, and thank you guys for being here and sharing your ideas with us. So let's give a big round of applause to Adeline. She'll be sharing the top 8 finalists. Applause.
6, 8, I've got 6.
Alright guys, no matter from which track you are from, each track of judges has tabulated the scores, and the scores will come out to 2 top teams from each track. So we'll have top 8 announced, and top 8 will make it to the final. We'll be presenting right here. So, before I announce the top 8, there's something for all the teams to keep in mind. Number 1, please send amendments to slides, the amendment in your slides to the same submission Google link. The link is still open. Second, submission amendment must be in by 3:30 to the same Google link. Alright. Number 3, top 8 will be presenting for finals here. It's the same format, 5 minutes pitch and 5 minutes Q&A from the judges, each team. Alright, now for the moment of truth. From MIT room, the top 2 is room number 48, Zhu Hao, and room number 28, Daniel. Now from Stanford, top 2 is room number 74, Eric, and room number 55, Angie. Alright, now from room Cambridge, top 2 is room number 73, Brandon Chu, and room number 64, Hannah.
Go you.
From Singapore room, Top 2 team is room number 50, Miao and room number 62, Leon. See you guys back here. Remember, your amendment to the submission must be in stakeholder link by 3:30.
Congratulations.
Let's give them a big round of
So
applause.
do we have to send in the same slide?
So, next up, we will be having our speaker, Robin, to share with us their own legal tech solution from SRKK. So if you want to know more about legal tech, do listen and find out for them. A big round of applause for Robin, please.
I need a picture of us being
Why did they asking us to send it in again?
Good afternoon, everybody.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm from SRKK. Just a little bit short description
Go and ask them.
of SRKK.
Because I don't know.
We are
We send
actually
it
very
in
new
again.
right here, right? If you go down the street, down Federal, you're going to reach us probably in 10 minutes time. Yeah. So we are local bread and butter of Malaysia. Yeah. Our boss is actually from France. So today we're going to showcase or propose a new legal solutions, cloud solutions, yeah, on how we can help to improve a lot of the works that as a legal company industry that we hope that we can share with you. So let me go real quick. We will start as a day in the life of a lawyer. Yeah, I know today here we have varieties of people from all the way from students and all the way to lawyers. So just bear with me.
Firstly, as was being indicated, on this form, the conveyancing can be from 3 forms up to 20 forms. And as you can see here, all of these things are documented, given name, middle name, date of birth. So one form it takes about 1 to 2 hours just to complete and edit that. So it's really a waste of time. And for the second problem, because in conveyancing there are probably 5 to 10 steps, and you need to manually update the status of where this file is at. So these are the 2 main problems, and how my products are going to solve it. Missing the way. Instead of filling this out manually, we're going to give them a standard form. You fill this form out, everything will be over one week. There will be a little bit later on. And for the second feature, after you have filled out the form, you'll produce a report automatically. So there's no need for you to fill out manually the rest of the page of this form. So right now, I would like to demonstrate my product. Due to time constraint, we actually screen capture everything. I can move this. Alright, sorry for waiting. And I'll update screen while the video is playing. So as you can see here, this is the standard form from vendors, purchasers, sausages, to property. And then you will click which are forms that you want it to be done. And there you are. This is the report. So this is the second feature. You can see for this form it's being done in what stage. And this setup will be S&P contract. So this is our product. So after our product, after all this, we have had an amazing idea. What are our target audience? How am I going to sell it? many of them are handling conveyancing? And this is from our council. Just in Penang and Selangor alone, we have 3,000 law firms. So, a very, very important question to ask. Why us? Why should we choose simple management? Three very important reasons. We are creating in a way that we don't make it comprehensive, we don't make it fancy, we make it easy. Because this is our second product. Our first product is being tested by our some of the people volunteers. And the one comment that they gave us is too many buttons. So we make it extremely easy for them, extremely good. Secondly, we reduce a lot of cost in terms of printing things out, and thirdly, minimum maintenance cost and shipping backend storage. So the next question that people might wonder, is it feasible in the market? So because of the time constraint, we actually do a quick survey, and the sample size is quite small, 7 to 8 firms, and all these are the firms that we actually sampled. And 100% of them actually indicated the need to have this kind of technology. Because they are having like 40 to 50 files per month and can be up to 100 files, and they are willing to pay 3,000 to 5,000 for this technology. So, what about our business model? As you can see in the competition analysis, these are the existing software that are similar to ours. But from cost and the services provided, you can see that we remain competitive. And we have this one value-added service, our USP, we are easy. These are our projected cash flow for the first 3 months because of human resource or thing. But we are going to break even at around the 5th month and the 6th month after calculation. And at this point in time, it's time to consider what's next for us. Everything is idea, and right now is application. Firstly, getting money. We need to apply grants. Probably going for accelerated program, Microsoft startups, or even crowdfunding. Applying ones. So please. Quickly wrap up is the area. We are going to start from Penang and Selangor, and design will be probably will study up to WhatsApp and Facebook. And something that I really want to convey is we, the visionaries, are committed to simplify, changing the impossible to reality to drive progress. And if you are on the same page with us, welcome on board. And thank you very much for your time.
Great, judges, have any questions?
You indicated at the start of your presentation that this is to reduce firms' overhead costs. How exactly are you doing that with this program?
The first thing about this is labor intensive. So imagine that one file requires 3 forms. 3 forms need like 3 to 6 hours. So imagine one part-timer, probably 10 ringgit or 8 ringgit, 6 hours, 48 ringgit, and if you times 50, how much is it? 3,000 labor. But my program is 3,200, and that allows me to have it in the long run and 200 maintenance costs. Isn't it cost efficient in the long run?
Okay. I don't know whether it will take that long for each particular form, but I don't do conveyancing, so I will accept what you say. But yeah, just one more thing. In respect of how the output of the form is going to be like, is that in a format that the land office will accept?
Yeah. So that is the standard form that you are going to fill out, and the end product will be this. You will automatically fill into this form, submit to a land office, and there will be a backend storage.
And they accept this?
Yeah, definitely. And
just when you mentioned that it's able to generate agreements as well, or just forms, specifically forms.
It can be used to generate anything that needs standardization of the information. Let's say I prepare a sales and purchase agreement. The vendor will then plug into the packet that I allocate for vendor. It auto plug in. To me, we come to Lawtech. I'm looking at our bread and butter. The previous participants have got great ideas, but I look at it, observe it from the back. It's all from outsiders, not from me. I'm a practicing lawyer, so I'm coming to see something that is practical for me. So I'm looking at my bread and butter. So I told the team, let's design something simple that I can use. It must be cheap, you know. So I will offering 50 ringgit to all users, you know. A lot of software company comes and go because they couldn't sustain. They are selling to me 18,000. I will go, wow, 18,000, no money. And secondly, always, as our renowned speaker here says, from Jurassic Park, you must give us something simple, you know. It's not going to give us. You know, and 80% of us are small firms. Or 90% are small firms. And not only the lawyers are Jurassic Park. The clerks that we employ, they come and say, you know Microsoft, but they only need how to type. They know nothing else. So we don't have the backup. So now we don't have the backup. Lawyers are doing the punching, which is very difficult. If this thing can punch for me, autofill, give me a report, everything, fine. I'll pay for it, 50 ringgit.
Yes.
So just for thought, but this is something similar to mail merge, I would say, something you can do with Microsoft Excel. I mean, we try to use that, but one of the challenges we face is basically we keying in those information into these forms here, which tends to carry error. So when there's an error at one field, the error spreads across all the members that you generated. So have you any solution for this?
That's why it must be in one page. That's why, you see, for me, I'm the administrator. Okay, I control this first page. When my legal assistant filling the first page, I check and recheck and make sure it's correct before the whole thing roll out for autofill. That's very important. We know that's mail match, okay? But even at my level, we have to actually create the mail match, and then it's better to come in the platter, send to me 50 ringgit per month, I pay one. No need mail match.
A second layer of checking.
Yes.
Oh, lastly.
So we all still please prepare.
Sam is not there because he doesn't want his picture taken. He's got a privacy issue.
Okay, let's give a big round of applause to the last team today.
Hi, we are 264, an AI-powered virtual assistant that can offload lawyers' non-billable works. So, true story. I once got into an accident. There is a form for inconvenience fee, 200 ringgit, that I'm supposed to get a legal stand. But the problem is, I'm so afraid to talk to a lawyer, I would rather just burn the 200 ringgit. And what's more, if not because of this hackathon, I didn't even know that I do not even need to see a lawyer for the standard. So, on the other hand, for law firm, lawyers always spend half an hour repeating the same answer to the similar question that client asks. These are usually non-billable. Okay, so go for a demo. So now instead of having, So now instead of having lawyers repeating themselves, or for for layman for me to asking some stupid question, why not having a virtual assistant that can help answer all the frequently asked questions 24/7 so that the assistant can working while the lawyer is sleeping. So since my lawyer teammate asked the tech guy to present here, so I'm asking my lawyer friend to do the tech demo. Introducing
Okay, I'll now demonstrate how to use it. Okay, first I'm going to scan the QR code which can be found on the website. After I scan it, I can then talk to Jenna. Okay, so I'll ask her a general question like, hello.
Is it this Jenna?
And then I will then tell them what problem I have.
They really named the robot Jenna? Oh my god.
Okay, then you then ask me the relevant questions so that I can understand more about the dispute and determine which lawyer to engage. I will then fill in the relevant information as they ask me. For example, what if I want to have a consultation and which day and what time? Lastly, they will let me know whether if my meeting is successful and give me a time.
So on the lawyer side, so we make an appointment and we add to the calendar to the lawyer. So as you can see, there is just a notification from WhatsApp that's notifying the lawyer an appointment is being made and block their calendars. So during the peak season, the firm can opt to collect the deposit for the appointment, or during the off-peak season, they can opt out of collecting the deposit, like what you see just now. So we are using AI and machine learning so that Jenna will learn and get smarter over time. So the benefits, it makes legal, inclusive, and accessible to everyone, which lead to a wider funnel where more people can get in touch with them, the firm, and it move away some of the non-billable work from the lawyer to Jenna. So it reduces overhead costs by automating the scheduling and payment for the firm. So next, we are targeting small and medium firms. So for validation, we have spoken to 2 firm owner and they say they are ready to buy. So we are going with the SaaS model. There's no upfront cost and charge based on subscription. And these are the 2 pricing tiers that we have. And in futures, more features will be added to Jenna as the virtual assistant, such as being a receptionist, taking phone calls, taking message, and also automate any first point of contact action. So in summary, Jenna helps to reduce overhead costs for law firm. It's a virtual assistant, it's a multi-platform, it doesn't really online alone, it can be on websites, it can be a video, it can be a voice call. And with this, we are filling up lawyers' valuable time instead of repeating themselves. Now they can just focus on winning. Thank you.
Okay. So thanks guys. So how does this actually differ from me filling out a form on the website versus a chatbot?
So how does it differ? Well, first of all, I think when you have a form, it can be daunting for people to feel, oh, if I fill this form, do I have to scan 8 200 words to speak to a lawyer?
So this is it's a more friendly way to actually take it step by step,
make your clients feel comfortable for potential clients.
Do I have to pay beforehand to access to Jena? Or?
No, no. You can see on the website, most law firms have websites. You can see on the website, and it's 24/7.
Yeah, so because what I see is that why am I asking that question is that in terms of filling out a form on websites versus on a chatbot is that I can see that there's a lot of typings that you have to do over there in while you're chatting versus something that I can just click through in even website itself and all that. So in terms of user experience and all that, yeah, so I can't see the benefits yet.
Yeah, so that's very true.
I'm sorry, I was recording. Well, line, the chat is just one interface. The platform is the real thing, what goes behind it, right? And right now, we didn't have time to do the testing, so we did it, we didn't have enough courage to get it running here, but it's ready to do the same thing by phone, just with voice. Also, the lawyer can use the Google Assistant, which is connected to the system, to ask for example, the date of a process or the date he needs or she needs to go to the court or to scan the calendar for the activities of the day. It's a complete. It's a full assistant. It's a full assistant.
It's a visual assistant.
It's a full virtual system. And you can use any interface that you use nowadays. You can use Facebook, you can use your website, you can use your phone, you can call the assistant.
Oh, okay, then I ask questions. Okay, so you have mentioned about that you are trying to make Jena smarter by using AI and machine learning, right?
Yes.
So can you just explain about the AI and machine learning things that you are implementing inside?
Yeah. So
because right now what we see is that it's just form taking, right?
Exactly. Sorry, it's not really.
Yeah,
so
okay.
We can even test like if anyone has a question, you can ask Jena now. So to explain on the tech wise, we are using Google technology. No Microsoft this time, maybe next time.
So I think it doesn't really matter whether it's Google or Microsoft. Of course, I come from Microsoft, right? But as technologies, I just want to see what are the things that you really do in terms of the AI and ML.
The machine learning AI tools where there's two forms of learning. So one is supervised and the other one is unsupervised. So for the unsupervised one, we just dump into the database. The pool of knowledge base from the FAQ. And then it will train itself. And the second one is if any of the question that is not being able to answer by the bot, so the human can jump in and do a supervised training. So by that, over time, the virtual assistant Jena will get smarter and brighter.
Jena is not going to give me legal advice, right?
No, Jena is not legal advice. It's just to help the lawyer on their first level, yes, to be more efficient.
Okay.
Good name there.
Smarter and more efficient. I love how you just lost it. Anyhow, this will be our last team. Please give everyone a big round of applause for their winners of today and also our special prize winner. So, can I have all of you back here by 6 o'clock sharp? Don't be early, don't be late. Be here so we can tell you who are the winners. applause.
Hi again, everyone. Thanks Lawtech Malaysia for organizing all this, and I also want to thank you for putting our team after that amazing presentation, because now we just give up. Okay, because that was amazing. That was really amazing, and I really want to say that this is my first time joining this kind of competition, and there's a lot of technology out there that I think are all amazing, winning ideas. But let's scale it back. Let's bring it back to reality here. The reality is, as much as the technology wants to enter the industry, it's just not happening. There's a huge gap between lawyers and technologists, and we just have to deal with that fact. And that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the regulators, and we're going to talk about a device that actually deals with the regulators' problems. All right, so this app is called the Attorney. And the Attorney is a free-to-use legal knowledge app that helps the public get immediate feedback for their legal queries. Now, it's not going to be legal advice. It's just going to be some information. It's going to be some knowledge sharing, all right? So the reason why we've done this is actually to improve in the access of legal aid in Malaysia. Now, we're planning to pair with the legal aid department of, can you scroll down? Yeah, we're planning to pair with the Legal Aid Department of Malaysia, which is under the ministry. It's actually under the Prime Minister's department, and we're also planning to pair with the Bar Council. And for those of you who don't know, currently there is an LAC and an LAD where people who cannot afford legal services actually come, and they come for sort of like legal advice. So what happens at LAC and LAD, there's kind of like a clinic where young lawyers will actually filter down the information that they receive from these clients, and then they capture that information, put it into a report, send it to actual lawyers. So we are not going to develop something completely new. We're not going to sell something that's going to be a compliance issue later on. What we're trying to do is we're just going to leverage off the existing system that they have, make it more efficient, and introduce technology to the regulators. Why? Because right now, there's a problem with efficiency and inaccessibility. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to break that problem by introducing solutions. So by making it online, via desktop or mobile, anyone has access to this prototype. And I'm going to show you the prototype right now. Bear in mind, it's very sophisticated. All right. So let's start with a few legal queries. You find out what's your category of law, and you click on it. Let's go with divorce. I want a divorce. And let's say suddenly I'm non-Muslim. Let's try that out, all right? Okay. And then let's say I was married for about 2 years now, or yes. And yes, let's move on. Do they agree to the divorce? Yes. They committed adultery and a few other things. All right. All right. So, I don't want to know the procedure. Oh yes, should I know this procedure? Let's go ahead and see what I want to do actually. All right. So here's some terms and conditions that that you have to agree with before moving on to the next stage. Now the next stage is the report, information capturing, and sending to the legal aid department, legal aid clinic, for them to send it to the lawyers. Okay. So we're not going to interfere with the system. The system exists. We're just going to bring technology into the system. Hence, that's what we're doing. Yeah. So now this is the next stage. It's a bit tricky. You want to get connected to the lawyer. You fill in these details, and then from these details that you filled in, that's the report that will be generated and sent to a lawyer. People who meet the means test meaning you can't afford actual legal services according to the legal aid department and everything, their report will be sent straight to the legal aid department for them to sort out. All right, so that's the existing system. But those who do not meet the means test, we actually link them to a list of law firms that are available right now. And this list will be based on geographic area. So we don't want to touch on advantage, disadvantage. We don't want to give this lawyer an advantage by marketing or by partnering with us or anything. Okay? So we're not going to touch on that. And thank you for providing me more information. Proceed. So you found yourself some law firms. Let's click on those. We don't want to give people advantages. Okay? So let's proceed. Send my report. All right. So well done, you've sent your report to the following law firms, and the law firms will get like an email prompt telling them this. Thank you. Is that?
So this we have 5 minutes to ask questions.
So you plan to sell this to the legal aid department?
I wouldn't call it selling. Can we change back to the slides for a second? I wouldn't call it selling, it's more like funding, government funding. This is a way of us pushing the initiative, pushing the legal forward for the government themselves to take legal advice matters into their own hands. Because right now they already have this system. Why don't we give more access to more people? Now, yes, sorry. Yeah.
So you want the digital transformation of the legal aid clinic, but they still need to acquire this technology.
Yes. Yes, they have to fund this technology, yes.
So something with the legal aid centers is they are physical centers. There's only so many people that can reach those physical centers. So this can actually provide them access to certain knowledge before even going to the legal aid centers.
No, I get it. You are creating a digital legal aid center, which is fantastic. But this is something that you have to go sell to the legal aid, bagian Halewaru downtown, correct?
Yes, in essence, yes.
Okay.
But to call it selling, no. We want to push this as an agenda of the government. I actually have a slide on this. The government actually, can we go another bit? The government actually has stake in this mission because it improves the nation's overall social welfare. So here, this app that we're trying to introduce actually links all the stakeholders together, which is exactly what the Lawtech, the Hackathon is trying to do. So the issue that we're doing here, we're scaling it down. Lawyers, we're not very good at tech. That's why you have to introduce tech to us. Yeah.
Excellent. How do you guys hope to fund this? I mean, what is your gain from this?
Our gain? Nothing.
So you're doing this purely as a charitable thing?
It's completely for charity. However, again, we're trying to push the needle further for the legal industry in general. Yes.
Yeah, but I think in terms of how do you get it implemented, you have not actually answered that question. How is the government or the legal aid clinic going to implement the software? How? At what cost? Who's going to fund that? That's the question.
We will sell them this idea. But they can take it on from there. And what they want to do with that, that's fine. We're just selling them the idea. Because look, at the end of the day, we're cutting down costs for them. Now this is not proper actual projected cost. We can't do that. We're just lawyers. But we can do it. I'm kidding. I'm the one that can't do that, by the way. So what we can do is we can remove a lot of costs that come with actually bringing up this legal aid departments and the LAC. See, executive, administrative staff, all this we can reduce it and just introduce them to the idea. It's all about planting that seed. That's the idea here.
So don't you think then the staff that gets removed would then need to use your app to get legal aid help?
It is free of charge. Free of charge.
If you have no more questions, do you have more? Okay, let's give them a big round of applause. Thank you so much.
Good in the world. And then I caught up with her the other day and I asked her, so one day in practice, are you still involved in legal aid? No. And I asked her why. I thought you were very happy doing legal aid work, helping people. And she told me, look, as a fully fledged lawyer now, I don't have the time nor the opportunity to go look and do legal aid work. So, let's look at the statistics here. In 2017, there are 16,500 lawyers in Malaysia. However, only 1,700 people, or lawyers, are involved in legal aid work organized by YBGK, which is a legal aid program by the Bar Council and the government. 1,700, ladies and gentlemen, is just 10% of the total amount of lawyers in Malaysia. And we at Pro Bono aim to change that number. So we thought about it. Why is there only 10% of people working for legal aid? Two things. Firstly, lack of time. Secondly, lack of awareness. And these are the barriers to participation for legal aid, especially for young lawyers like myself and my friend. So, how do we solve these barriers? How do we break down these barriers? Let me show you through three ways. Through providing collaborative pro bono services, creating awareness, and enhancing access to justice. So in practice, what do we do? But in the meantime, I'd like to say that legal aid is a very important process that should be taken up by all lawyers in Malaysia. However, there is a difficulty for lawyers to have access to find cases to do because they don't know who to ask for when they want to do legal aid services. So we have created a website for organizations such as NGOs to put up cases which they have obtained for lawyers to come and volunteer services. So you see here, for example, father of three needs legal representation for arson case, or Pakistani immigrant arrested at work. So let's have a look at father of three. So when you click in, these are things that a law student or a lawyer can see. So we see, if you are a lawyer, what can you do? You can offer your time as a co-counsel. Or if you are more pressed for time, you can do some research work or some translation work. Or even volunteer for court attendance. As a law student, what can you do then? Well, you can again try research or translation work. So we see here, we can have the details of the lead lawyer, Elon Musk. And the organization that put up this case, which is YBGK. So once you click onto, let's say, co-counsel as a lawyer, it will be filled up. And then the lead lawyer will know who is their team. The lead lawyer can choose who to work with. So through this, we see Elon Musk telling Peter Thiel, his teammate, what is the case about. So for example, so if Grace had access to these legal services, she could have done this, and she could further her future in pro bono services and even engage in other activities and other areas of law, such as provided by the Women's Aid Organization, the YBGK, Lagadita. So we at Pro Bono aim to create a generation of lawyers, a new generation that understands and values the importance of providing pro bono services, and also to transform the way pro bono services are being offered in Malaysia today. Let's make a splash with Pro Bono. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Quite yes. So I think I just have one idea. So just like any startup or any platform at all. So I think one of the key questions is that how do you acquire users, right? So that's first. And I think part of that is secondly is on the I see that I mean you can upload a lot of cases. How many cases are there in the country, right? And how do you have the manpower that you upload the cases to that platform? Not that question.
I'll answer the second question first. So how we manage the website is that we will give either lead lawyers or NGOs access to this particular website. So you'll have to create a user account, and organizations will have to upload cases that they actually need assistance with. So that's the answer to the second question. And how do we acquire users for this platform? This platform is actually targeted for young lawyers, even non-legal practitioners, and also law students. Because we want to create awareness in future lawyers that providing pro bono services is very important for our society. So we're targeting these particular audiences. So we will be promoting with universities, legal aid organizations, NGOs to create awareness about this platform because it facilitates pro bono services that we provide.
Just one question. Any thoughts whether you have any thoughts on the sustainability of this platform?
Sustainability in the sense of funding or?
Yes, funding in terms of sustainability and in terms of empowerment.
Okay, so because mainly we're collaborating with NGOs and universities, so we will ideally try to get funding from our council, NGOs, and also universities, because we can see this as a part of the extracurricular activities for students as well, because it's giving them future exposure, practical experience for legal industry.
Yes, I think as law student previously, I wanted practical legal experience, but I did not know how to do it. So with this platform, I can still offer my services in whichever small way, but I can still learn from the legal field. And I think my university will be able to support me by supporting this platform as well.
Sustainability of the portal itself is one. Have you considered how you're going to raise disbursements for the cases? You still have to pay for filing and all that. Would when these lawyers come on board, will they take on some of this, or do we have some other method to organize the disbursements?
We could possibly look at sponsors, but how when GK runs is that people are nominal fee for lawyers for working on the cases. So we probably wouldn't refer to that. But what this platform is creating essentially is to generate a bigger pool of lawyers and legal professionals that are interested in providing pro bono services, but didn't know who to talk to or where to find these cases to work with.
Would you be engaging, say, the corporates, use this as maybe their CSR, somewhat similar to the first scheme that wanted to give access to justice?
Yeah, possibly. But our target audience is students, young lawyers, so. We have 1 minute left. If you guys have any questions? If not, then we'll move on. Please give them a big round of applause. Angie, you guys please prepare. We'll let the judges to judge the previous round, and then next up is for you guys. Following Team 55 will be number 73, Brandon from Cambridge Room. So please make sure you head over to the silent room for the next slot. Okay, please give a big round of applause. Stage is yours.
We are Team Phoenix, and my name is Angie. The other is Colin, and Zoom as well. And we're here today we're going to teach a product which is called, okay, which is iSharia, and it's a one-stop portal for Sharia law cases, articles, processes, as well as procedure. The reason why we're going to pitch this product is simply because in the market itself we don't really see all this kind of thing comes into one single platform, and we're going to take this opportunity to introduce it to all of you. And next is, what do we do? Basically, we know that currently not many people understand exactly what Sharia law is, because either some of us, especially the non-Muslim, we do not have a
or maybe we have little understanding, or maybe no concept of what Sharia law is, except for the negative perception that Western media has created. So we are here to bridge the gap, and we are here to create awareness as well, so that people know exactly what Sharia law is. And also on top of that, we are going to introduce a compare now tool, which will help the lawyer to speed up the reviewing process, and is very tough. And next is this is our product, Sharia platform, and you can see all the legal resources from a single platform. And on top of that, this is the compare now, and where you can upload whatever documents you want, and it will actually look into your documents. For example, like your legal contracts, definitely there will be a lot of versioning that you're doing, but you do not know what kind of changes that we have made, because we are human. We cannot remember exactly how many things that we have made. So what we do, we upload the information and we do a compare. And the tool itself will actually populate what are the changes that we have made, highlight it, the original as well as the updated version. And here, to access our tool, you can actually scan the barcode, the QR code, and you should be able to go to the platform. And oops, anybody want to scan? Sorry. So here. This is where you can have a feel of our product. Bear in mind, this is just prototype, and we created this less than 4 hours ago.
Too far away.
Okay. Next is, and these are the features that we are going to introduce in our product. So here we can see a lot of latest developments of Sharia law, as well as the legislations and case law, and you will be able to see a highlighted version in which it will tell you what is the latest update. And you can do a lot of search as well on the Sharia cases, legislation, and on top of that, because it's hard to find a Sharia lawyer, you can also search for Sharia lawyer based on their location as well as expertise. On top of that, there are a lot of Sharia state law as well, because different states will have different Sharia law. And in addition, we will have a Sharia report as well as articles. Here you can see a lot of Sharia reports, articles, all this written by a legal expert. And we also provide all the processes as well as procedure. You can look into it, because not many people will know what are the processes and procedures that relates to Sharia law. And this is where the compare now is going to provide you a summary of changes of 2 or more documents, and definitely streamline the process, the revision process. And next, these are the benefits that we are going to bring to you. Here, first of all, our platform is in fact a very user-friendly. Even my grandmother could use it. It's as simple as that. And here, our platform is going to create efficiency, definitely going to increase productivity. This is where you're going to reduce your research time and increase time as well as cost effectiveness. Again, accessibility to everyone, because it's not just lawyers, because people, they want to know what Sharia law is. This is where you can see. And communication, you get the latest updates on what's happening with Sharia law. And of course, we are going to innovate. We are going to provide you a very simple tool and guide you how to use a very smart thing, just using a simple way. Okay, and this is us, our team. And us. And now I'm going to pass it on to Yangsheng to show us the demo. And if anybody has downloaded it, you should be able to see it on your mobile. Yeah, this is all you can see exactly on the mobile phone, and you'll be able to see what is Sharia law, applicability, procedure, as well as the quick link. And on top of that, there are Suwalan Lazim as well, because we are trying to make it to Bahasa as well, and in the future it will be English as well, and procedure as well as companion. And as you can see on the screen, we have all this information.
It's our 5 minutes Q&A for the judges right
And
now.
on top of that, you can go to the companion. Yeah, this is how you will be able to see what are the original paragraph and the revised paragraph. Thank you.
Okay, cool, right? Thanks for that. So I think just want to kind of zoom into the panel over here.
Yes.
So just want to understand what's the maybe difference between your solution right now with whatever existing in the market right now, right? So for example, like even Word document has questioning about even Google Doc or whatever. So even Notepad plus.
Yes.
So
This is where you see we are going to highlight every single changes. Yes, there are versioning of the products or the idea. Everything is very messy. This is just going to create a very simple view. What changes that you have made? That is all. You don't need to look through all the documents. Everything has been captured, simplified for you. It's so much easier. Because more is time is money. And this is where we're going to save money.
Because you mentioned that to be analyzed as well, I'm wondering whether there's any analytical mechanism.
There's no analytical. It's just it's a text comparison between both of the documents, and this is where you're going to capture what is missing information that you're going to get.
So you say Sharia. Why Sharia?
Simply because recently there has been many cases of Sharia. I believe that everyone is talking about it. But we found out that there is no specific portal that we can actually look at what is Sharia law and all the cases. And on top of that,
We mentioned about the importance of Sharia, and all of us know, right, Islamic banking is an advancing trend, and a lot of relevant areas in Sharia law will be the focus in the future. However, we can't see any portal which can provide complete information pertaining to the legislation as well as the cases and also the process and procedures. So one of the features over here is that we have the NMC issue Sharia and also the Maritime Unique. That means they will provide the latest updates pertaining to the changes in the law, such as the change of RAM 355. And also other than that, we also will lay down the processes and procedure, especially for those people who are going to marry. Because in Malaysia, for Muslim couple, it's very difficult for them to understand the entire process and procedure. It's also different for the guys and also different for the women that they want to go to marry. So you can imagine how difficult for them when they just want to get into an engagement or the marriage. And pertaining to the divorce, there are 9 types of the divorces under the law as well. So it's really complicated. So we want to become the one-stop portal for all of this. Thank you.
We should partner with them. We should partner with them.
Right. Okay, very good. One issue I see is you said that one of the features of your program is the ability to search for lawyers.
Yes.
Right? Now, would that fall foul of any of the Bar Council rules?
Okay, I believe this is what we
listen.
Profession Act 1972, I believe so. But I believe because common lawyers are everywhere, but Sharia lawyers is very hard to find. How can we help people to reach out? And it's through this, and I believe that there are some other.
The way you find a Sharia lawyer is because they are registered in every state. There's a state bar for every Sharia lawyer, and there is a registry where the Sharia lawyers can be found.
That makes it legal.
You can connect it.
Yes.
You can provide the link.
Thank you. Actually, we saw from different Jabatan Kehakiman Sharia in different states, they actually allow us to find the location of that particular lawyer. So we think that it's legal as is from the governmental website. So we will provide a link for that.
Together with the category, what's your expertise? Thank you.
That's where the advertisement part comes in.
So this is where the sustainability comes in as well. As far as we are concerned for the startup, right? So we need the traffic. So if in the long run we will manage to drive traffic and the advertisement will come. That's where the sustainability comes in as well.
Okay. You earlier mentioned you wanted to create like an archive of Sharia cases.
Yes.
I just want to ask you, have you guys considered whether in Sharia courts, are they bound by precedents or previous cases, or is it decided based on the scripture, on a case-to-case basis? That's number one. And number two, just a slight comment. I believe the compare now function, that there are many other apps or even Microsoft Word that provides for it. But don't you think it's a bit of a misplaced
solution as compared to your Sharia mindset?
But that is just an additional tool that we thought that we could bring some kind of benefit to people.
And that's it. But our main focus will be Sharia. And that's the reason why you can see from the front page itself is Sharia. You don't really see like companion or Sharia or something like that. So our focus is that it is an additional tool. As for internet, internet hacking is easy to remember. iPhone, Sharia.
Thank you so much. And next up we'll be having number 73, Brandon. Please prepare your team. Following up is number 64, Hannah's team. Make sure you guys head over to that side of the room to prepare your computers and review later.
Okay.
That was a piece of the Salasin.10 podcast area. It is hoped that you have enjoyed it. If you have any issues, please feel free to leave a comment through any of the channels. That was a piece of the Salasin.10 podcast area. It is hoped that you have enjoyed it. If you have any issues, please feel free to leave a comment through any of the channels.